All right, guys, we are here on Desert Oasis with the series tied 1-1 between Cluck and Axslav, excuse me. And wow, did we
Whoa.
just witness a crazy match on Metalopolis. Really, I mean, what could CauthonLuck do there? He pretty much got starved out of minerals towards the end of the game. Jeff, is there anything that you think that he could have done differently?
JP, I don't want to get too explicit, but certain parts of my body have physically reacted to that last match. My eyes are dilated. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, amazing game. Freaking, it was so aggressive, so many aspects to it. We had the nuke, we had strong bio pressure on Axslav's half of the map. Axslav said, not today. And instead of going Void Rays like every Protoss ever, he actually switched to carriers, which is a real rare seen in the StarCraft 2 games thus far. Obviously, we're still in the beta, so let's not, I'm not, we're not too far into it, but they were fantastically effective. They picked off 3 command centers and then shot down the Viking onslaught. And then from there, it was just a matter of sustaining the Terran army. But I want it before you talk, because I like talking a lot, as you can tell. I want to say the story of that game was the missed EMPs and conversely, the Templar storms. Each time they happened, every time an EMP did not shut down a Templar, those storms wreaked havoc on CauthonLuck's army.
Now we do have Cluck is spawning in the north part of the map as the red Terran, and in the south the blue Protoss Axslav, and we do have a supply depot kind of going down in the middle of nowhere. We'll have to see what is going to be happening with that. I guess he's not going to be opting to wall off there. Is really you don't really see too many early melee rushes on this map. We do have the gateway going down for Axslav, and pretty standard stuff right now. Again, not too much to talk about, not too much deviation from both players.
Yeah, there's not any huge rhyme or reason for the placement on this stuff. For the most part, you're exactly right. It's just such a long distance between the two bases that there's not a whole lot of reason to lock up that ramp. I mean, it's nice to deny the scouting without using units if it comes to that. But from here, there's really no indication to really have. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that game, too? As a guy who's, I don't want to call you out too terribly bad, but you're a little bit newer to the StarCraft/StarCraft 2 scene. What are your impressions from that game?
Well, really, I was kind of disappointed in myself that I actually missed the nuke going off there at the 6 o'clock position. I was too busy worrying about another nuke going on in the main. But I mean, that game just pretty much summed up exactly what I want to see from esports. I mean, there was so much excitement, so many different things happening in that game. And like you said, as a fairly new person to the StarCraft scene and also to casting StarCraft 2, there was just so much going on in that game towards the end that I really didn't know exactly what to pay attention to.
You know what, though? That's like what a gorgeous and fun little conundrum we have. There's a lot of games where it's like one player moves to the top left, two-player moves to the bottom. Like who gives a crap? But in StarCraft 2, it's like a blitzkrieg mad dash all over the map. And it was awesome. We had carriers dropping little interceptors up at the top right. We had terrible storms going on the bottom left of the map. Colossus sacrificially trying to take on the onslaught of the Terran army. I mean, it was just so fun to watch that game. I've got little nerd bumps all over my body.
Going back to this game, we do have a Reaper rush coming up for Cluck, possibly just a scouting Reaper, but we do have that Stalker now up for Axslav in his base, and also he's going to be getting that Warp Gate resource from the Cybernetics core. Really nothing too different from CauthonLuck right now, except for that early Reaper there, going straight towards the Protoss's base right now.
Yep, just a small exchange. We see the grenade is still being upgraded, the concussive shells, which makes the slowdown effect occur. But he exchanged the order. The Marauder is actually coming after the Reaper, and I think you're exactly right with that. I think this Reaper is moving out to kind of get a feel for what's going on, because with that Stalker in the general vicinity, come back home here, Stalker. Oh no. Well, look, they actually made a change on the. I did not. There's now okay. There's the Reaper at the mineral line. Sentry is going to phase disrupt him for a couple of seconds, like something out of Star Trek, and then die a horrible death. Oh, look at that. Very nice
That's a little
play.
cute little play right there from
Yeah.
Axslav with that Stalker and that little nook and cranny taking the last hit onto that Reaper. I'm not really sure how many probes that um, wow, Reaper actually took out there. I know it took out the Sentry. I think it got about 2 probes, but we do have pretty much the same build from CauthonLuck. Here come the other racks. He does have that natural expansion about halfway done. And one thing to note is that Desert Oasis is a map that's really, really hard to actually defend that natural expansion. But this early on, I think he's going to be able to make really good use out of it. We do have an observer now coming in, also being chrono boosted from Axslav, so he's going to know exactly what CauthonLuck is up to in about 30 seconds.
Yeah, he's not doing the same kind of thing he did in Game 2. In Game 2, it was a little bit of a blind Nexus, and that was really good and fortuitous because it was in response to CauthonLuck's builds, which thus far, this makes Game 3, has been exactly the same. We see the command center going down, now becoming an orbital command. We see the 1 tech lab add-on and 3 naked barracks going down, and there's the eBay. So it's very standard. This is CauthonLuck's TVP, ladies and gentlemen. It's like a coming out party. I mean, there's not a whole... in 3 games now, 3 different maps, it's been the exact same thing, and that observer's getting the same kind of intel we are just discussing. So at this point, it's nice that we have a little bit of a feel for this matchup because these guys are playing it very similar. Axslav, very same opening. Little variation going on right now of much, much faster Twilight Council. Interesting little dynamic.
We do have his first Immortal out, as well as this natural expansion of Axslav. Going back over into Cluck space, he does have those 2 bases up now, as well as actually not pumping any units out of his racks. Only a handful of units right now. He does have an SCV out. Looks like that is just going to be transferring over to his natural expansion. He was only running on 1 gas right there. Not too much of a problem, however, as he does have only 1 racks on a tech lab. And here comes the factory. And going back over into the base of Axslav, he does throw down another gateway, and he is going to be getting blink from that Twilight Council as soon as it finishes. So it looks like we're going to see a little bit of a blink style play from the Protoss player.
Yeah, very interesting choice. Not particularly maddeningly good against a bio army. So he must have something in mind for down the road, because it's not like you look at a million Marines and a handful of Marauders and go, well, of course I'm going to get blink. I mean, that's exactly what I want for that. So he has something else in mind. I saw that Citadel and I was thinking, fast Dark Templar, fast Templar. Those are sexy reactions to bio armies. But then he started the blink upgrade, and I'm going, either Axslav is a Picasso, and we cannot possibly commentate on what's about to happen, or he's a total idiot, and we're going to laugh as jolly strangers when he looks down at himself on the floor while he's bleeding out.
If you look at the forces of Cluck, he does have a little bit of HP missing from each unit, and that is because he did use a stim pack trying to take out this observer with a scan, and really good eyes on the Terran player as he did see that observer. He was not able to take it down though, and he needs to be careful here. The Protoss player does is he's going right over the forces. Cluck has seen it before. Will he see this again with the scan? Looks like he doesn't have quite enough energy though, as he's about to get enough energy from his natural expansion. Looks like he does take control of his forces there, and he's not going to take out that observer, and this is what the observer is going to be used for. Here come the stalkers now right behind the mineral line of the main base of Cluck, and is he going to blink in? Looks like he's kind of undecided right now. He does have an immortal there. Looks like it is a little bit lost.
There they go.
Did not blink 1 stalker in, but here come the stalkers now, 3 of them. Looks like they've taken out 4 units so far, 5 units. Wow, really no response right now from Cluck.
Get back.
Wrong
Get
way.
back.
Now he needs to blink out. Oh wow, there comes.
Why'd you do that? Get out of there.
A good blink. He needs to get this other, or actually no, that stalker is going to fall. He did get a handful of SCVs though, those a little bit, or a good harassment from the Protoss player.
All right, so Axslav's big, I mean, cool. You showed that mineral line. Like, I would have really liked to have seen fast Templar, fast leg speed, Dark Templar. I mean, here's something nice. Warp Prism being made at the robotics, and there goes the Templar Archives. Maybe he's thinking Storm Drops. Maybe he's thinking Island Expansions. Both those things are viable, especially on this map. We do have real islands, not just, destructible rock accessed expansions. So I like this play. It's just a matter of, does he have enough time for it? Because he revealed, hey, I upgraded to Blink and killed 4 SCVs. So it's as I say that. Here's the drop at the main. Next is completely naked. There is nothing. Why did you have those stalkers across the map? It's getting focus fired. Not a good situation for the Protoss player. There goes the Nexus. Nothing moving in. What is he targeting now? Templar Archives.
A little bit of a miss micro there from Cluck. He does have that medevac completely lit up all those Marauders, but it doesn't matter too much. Is he going to be able to snipe the Templar Archives? It only has 23 HP. Wow, he opts to pull off, and he does lose one medevac. Wow, he could have finished off that Templar Archives for sure, even though he did lose that one. Wow, there's one lone Marine running from the entire Protoss force.
What about me?
A little bit upset that he got left behind.
He's going to blink to kill.
We'll have
Please
to see if he
blink,
decides to blink. There's, wow, he can, wow, he's going to live. Wow, after that epic chase scene, the lone Marine lives to tell the story. But is the Stalker at the Xel'Naga Watchtower going to take out that Marine? We'll just have to see. Cluck is continuing to throw down 4 more racks now. And wow, just some great macro from Cluck. And there goes the Marine, finally dying. Next to the new, I guess probably my favorite addition in Phase 2 are the neutral creeps around the map. The Scantipede right there. Look at that thing. What is that?
I was just going to say how it was like almost like it was like emotional how it turned around as he died. It was like, no, well, I'll just eat your remains. And that's the nice little look at Blizzard's brain power too. Scantipede. You cleverly combine 2 things. Very cool. Anyways, there's the island expansion top left, just like I called it.
We do have a handful of stalkers now for Axslav at the right Xel'Naga Watchtower. Is he going to be able to spot this command point, the high yield? And he does not. It is going to be able to sneak in there. We do have a low out there. What am I missing?
There was a drop bottom left. I think it got feedbacked, and then it got killed by some stalkers blinking in there for it. Very nice blinker play. Look at this. This is so classic. I'm like, blinkers are stupid. Why would you ever do that? And now he's doing awesome stuff like picking off drops and harassing expansion. And blinking to cliff edges. Running.
Is he going to see this command center, though, at that high yield on the right side of the map? We'll have to see. He is going to see it, and now we see a little bit of an aggressive play from CauthonLuck on the left side of the map. Are there... Wow, we actually see the entire force of Axslav going the complete wrong way now, but we do have more forces from Cluck closing in. Is he going to be able to save this command center? We'll have to see. He is warping in a planetary... Or not warping, building a planetary fortress, but here comes the main force of Cluck. Now at the natural expansion of Axslav, he's going to be sniping another Nexus. Cluck just hates Nexuses. Look at this. Maybe he's going for the new achievement where you kill 4 or 5 Nexuses in a game. Well, he does actually save that command center on the right side of the map. And here comes the planetary fortress. Those blink stalkers need to get out. There's the blink. And now we're just kind of at a standstill deciding what... actually, we see a lone pylon getting sniped there. A little bit of a scouter pylon going down from Cluck. And now we'll have to see what happens with Axslav. It looks like he's going to be attacking this planetary fortress at the high yield on the right side of the map.
Bottom right island being taken. This is a nice little thing because I'll tell you what, I can't tell you how many games in my 12 years of playing this game I've lost simply because I didn't check for that island expansion. But before I babble more about that, storms going off, that little Nexus assassin crew getting stormed. Blink, there's that blink a little early on that one. They're going to get out of there, spinning a stim on that. So the remaining forces at this inactive high-yield expansion are probably going to get crushed. The forces are amassing right and left, so I'm hoping so, because otherwise it's going to be really bad. Oh, feedback on the ghost before the EMPs can go off. Gorgeous, gorgeous play. No EMPs today, storming the repairing SCVs. That planetary fortress may be tough, but it is not as tough as Axslav's brain. Holy crap, I'm a fan of Axslav right now.
Looks like CauthonLuck is in a really bad situation right now. He doesn't have too many forces, and he's only on 2 bases compared to the 4 bases, or about to be 4 bases, from the Protoss player. He does have this expansion up. Looks like there's not too many probes running here at this northwestern expansion, and now Cluck is going to have to decide what he wants to do. He needs to get another expansion, or he's going to start to fall a little bit behind here in the macro game.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, this game hangs in such a balance because both top left and bottom right are completely naked. So, I mean, yes, as a Protoss player, you can warp in reinforcements, but CauthonLuck has 4 dropships loading up right now. 2, actually, excuse me, just 2. So, I mean, if he sends them top left or bottom right, they're gone. It looks like he's got another Hater Gator going towards this Nexus. Maybe the Templar
He's trying
Archives
to get that
down
achievement.
2. He wants it. I mean, this is what? Was he down to 2? Needs 2 more?
There is really no forces of Axslav. If he's going to get this Nexus, I think he's probably going to be able to get it relatively easy. Here comes the drop. Is he going to be able to get it down in time? And there's the Nexus snipe. He needs to get all of his units targeted. There's the stem. That Nexus is going to fall, but is he going to be able to take out those medevacs? We'll have to see. Watch for the feedback. There's the Nexus falling. Is he going to be able to load up in time? He is not. And there's the feedback. Wow, great feedback. Is he going to
get what hell?
From that storm?
Why?
Wow, how did that not kill that? I am completely utterly baffled. But look at the Stalker. He's going to be able to get both of those down. Actually, no. Wow. And he's going to snipe. Cluck is going out of control right there. He sniped that observer there with both of these medevacs at 1 and a combined 9 HP between those two medevacs. And this game is just as action-packed as the last one.
That was the Stalker that killed the poor Vietnam survivor. I mean, he had 2. If he would have targeted the other medevac, he would be such a hero. But he didn't, so he's dead now. That said, we do have 3 bases up for Axslav, unbeknownst to the Terran player. He's like, why are you still in this game? You're on 1 base. What are you doing? And then later he's going to go, oh my god, I hate you, because there's 3 bases instead of 1.
We did have a couple of lonesome probes there sitting at the far right side of the map, and now they're just going to take this base, so he's putting them to work. Looks like he's going to be dropping a Nexus here hopefully soon, or he's just going to be putting down some pylons. A little bit of a fight here. This lone SCV was chipping away on that pylon, but here comes some Marines. Wow, we might actually see that Zealot do more damage. Wow, he does take down 1 Marine. Is he going to be able to get this other one? Probably not, as that Marauder does have that slowing effect. He probably could have sniped that Marine there with the charges. I think it would have worked, but a little bit too late. And now on the left side of the map, we do have Axslav moving forward, taking out this command center. That is going to fall, and again, we're going to see the Protoss player continue to starve out CauthonLuck, and this is going to be the decisive fight right here in the north part of the map if the players decide to fight. Looks like Axslav is going to be pulling away, which really in his position is the smart play right now.
Absolutely. I mean, he's sitting on a massive economy, and the Terran player has no idea. He's just on these 2 bases, and barely that. I mean, the main is mined out. He's actually lifting the command center from the main because he doesn't want to spend the money, and his natural's almost mined out. So even after he gets this 3rd going, he'll really, for all intents and purposes, be down to 1 base, whereas Axslav just needs to bide his time. Throw down 10 more gateways. Switch to those carriers again. So when this army goes down, you can recycle it really quick. We do see the Dark Templar Shrine going down bottom right. Very nice play. I mean, we're only on 2 orbital commands, and if you look, both very low energy. The thing, of course, is there are 6 ghosts on the field, so they can EMP those Dark Templar to reveal them. But each EMP is so precious because there are about 300 million Templar on the field, and by that I mean 12.
Looks like our CauthonLuck is researching personal cloaking, and he does have a nuke in construction right now, so we'll have to see exactly how this is going to go off with some great EMPs from Cluck. He might not even be able to get that nuke off as we have a fight right now, and wow, what a great EMP right there, hitting every Templar of Axslav's base, and here comes Cluck trying to snipe out all of those Templar. He's going to get it down. We also, remember, have a nuke. Where's the nuke?
We're waiting. See. 4 Templar just sitting there. If they get these storms off, here they come! They're everywhere! Oh, those Marauders are left to die! The Marines charging through the storm! That's not what you wanted to do! Oh, they're all gonna die! And that, my friends, is the strength of the Kadaran Amulet. I mean, for all intents and purposes, CauthonLuck brutalized that army, but when he followed into the base for those warped-in Templar, fresh with 1 storm, he paid for it in blood, and he cannot afford to take those losses.
Cluck is a little bit confused on what those ghosts are doing, as they were continuing to attack the Protoss' forces, and he did lose about 6 ghosts right there. Here comes another fight. Wow, a great storm. Looks like Cluck is a little bit frustrated right now. He's only on, looks like 2 bases, as that newest expansion of his just got up. But right now he has really no forces to defend against this attack if the Protoss player decides to attack this orbital command. Looks like he's going to continue to fall back and take yet another expansion, which is just really the smartest thing to do again for the Protoss player.
Man, I've got a lot of money. You know what I should do with it? I'm going to build 9 gateways. Yeah. 9 gateways are being built.
He's sitting at about 3,000 minerals right now. So.
Like a gypsy carnival just went up. Now 11 gateways, 12. And you know what? Why not make another 12? Because the second this army dies, he can just beam in another army. And he's got the money to do that, whereas conversely, CauthonLuck does not. I mean, here we have, there's all those mules being dropped, so all his energy spent on that. No Dark Templar on the field. I'd really like to have seen that. That would have been really cool.
We do have some
But
carriers actually coming into play here pretty soon. So, I mean, Axslav is just in a great position right now. He's loving life and living life right now.
he's a jolly ranger, that's for damn sure. And I mean, here comes this army from the Terran player. It's at 115 supply. Protoss is like a kid in a candy shop. There's those Dark Templar. Is he gonna? Oh, they did have a scan, so that's one less mule, which isn't the end of the
Here
world.
comes the nuke. Look at those ghosts. They just cloaked. I'm excited to actually see a nuke for the first time. Is he going to get it off? We'll have to see. Wow, he might actually be able to target the entire force of the Protoss player. And no, we're going to have to see Cluck fall back. But we do have those ghosts still in range. There's the observer, though. And Cluck has no idea. So this is going to be really interesting.
Feedback. Oh, he's got no Templar. Why do you not have Templar? You always want Templar. All right, there's a nuke. That one frickin' probe. Oh, never mind. Transferred over a whole bunch. And they're out. They're like, that's not a cool spot to be.
We'll probably see this observer come into play. Is it going to get off? Holy crap, is that going to get off and kill all those units? The nuke does get off, killing only a handful of pros. But look at this attack from Cluck. A nice concave from the Terran player. But is it going to be enough? And no, look at those Zealots just going to work. Look at those upgrades. 2-1-3 on the Protoss player. And it is just eating CauthonLuck's forces alive.
CauthonLuck, I mean, you just named it. He's only on 1-0 attack upgrades. He cannot match these Zealots. These Zealots are benching 1,000 pounds apiece, and they are rip-roaring, having a good time, chasing down these Marines. There is nowhere to run, my friend. You're just showing this. Well, I guess there's a couple pylons by that high yield.
And here come the carriers in the north. So really, deja vu of last game almost.
Yeah, it's just over. But this was such a fun. Holy crap! What a good game. And ladies and gentlemen at home. Island expansion. Either you're going to love them or you hate them, but they're there. Scout for it. And that's a story. I mean, CauthonLuck was dropping all game long, but he just didn't know about the island expansions. And the game was in his hands, and it's been slipped because he just didn't think about it.
Yeah, really, he's just kind of buying his time right now as there's just so much blue on the map compared to red on the map. And here are those carriers nicely positioned on that cliff, unable to be attacked, just taking out that orbital command. Actually, no, they are going to have to fall because there are a handful of Marines there taking out the interceptors. But here comes the main force, or one of the main forces, I should say, of Axslav. He's going to be able to take out this lone expansion of the Terran player right here with ease right now.
Yep, I mean, this is his lifeline. There's the GG. And excellent game.
There's the GG. That is going to put our Protoss player Axslav up 2-1 over CauthonLuck, and we'll be going into our next map, Kulos Ravine.